Hello and welcome to Naughty Clicker News, the show where I look back at some of the gaming and pop culture happenings of the week that was. But before I do, I want to send much love to all my wonderful Patreons who make this show possible. If you would like to join, there are links below. So let's jump in, starting with CD Projekt Red's recent announcements, because holy shirtballs, has it been a roller coaster ride? Yes, indeed. Now, you will likely already know that their flagship moonshot RPG, Cyberpunk 2077, has had its launch pushed back to September 17th, 2020. And for the most part, the community behind the game are supportive of CDPR's decision. Disappointed for sure, yep, but trusting the developers' judgment on this matter. I mean, I think with the likes of Anthem, Fallout, and even the absolute shit show, which was Blizzard's patch 8.3 Visions of N'Zoth bug fest disaster, players would rather endure delayed gratification than be served up a flaccid, half-cooked, pretty mess to wade through. I'm talking about you, Anthem. Now, the delay will for sure benefit player experience 100%, but many are worried for the 5 months of hellfire the staffers at the studio could well be facing. Crunch culture in gaming is rife and incredibly damaging to workers. During an investor call, when asked if this delay means that the game's development team will be required to crunch, well, Adam Kaczynski, joint CEO, replied, "To some degree, yes. To be honest, we try to limit crunch as much as possible, but it's the final stage. We try to be reasonable in this regard, but yes, unfortunately, so damn. Let's hope that integrity is not sacrificed on the altar of expedience." They will have to pace themselves anyway, because the second bit of CDPR news I have showcases what a hive of frenzied activity their studio must be right now. On the heels of the delay comes the news that CDPR are not creating one Cyberpunk game, but two. So many have speculated about the possible multiplayer options in the game, and CDPR confirmed multiplayer in the past, but never elaborated until last week, when we found out that they are working on a separate follow-up multiplayer to 2077. Now, could this be the Cyberpunk Momopoka I have been dreaming of since 2012? Damn, I hope so. I mean, imagine, if you will, playing through the storyline of 2077 and then diving into an open, immersive, crap-tastic cityscape with a new identity because of all the shady shenanigans of our origin story. I mean, anyway, let me know what type of multiplayer you think CDPR are cooking up in the comments, or perhaps, better question is, what kind of multiplayer are you hoping CDPR is cooking up? Poor staffers. Anyway, moving on to some Guild Wars 2 news, because ahead of the Shadow in the Ice release on the 28th of this month, ArenaNet gifted us with this epic teaser. I am honestly excited to jump into this episode. I can't wait to see how Bram's story evolves, and getting to know more about the spirits of the wild is going to be a lore nerd feast for me. So keep your eye on this channel, because I will be making lore, loot and review videos for Shadow in the Ice. Let me know what you're hoping for in the comments below. Amazon's New World MMO is evolving. After its most recent round of public testing, the game has lost much of its survival PvP focus in favour of a more traditional RPG-driven format. There will be more PvE content in the open world, more curated and narrative elements, and scaling of difficulty and rewards as you progress through the game. Now, fear not, there will still be PvP in abundance, with instance war modes and factions and specific rewards that benefit PvP play and encourage PvP play. But happily for everybody, I think, it is all optional. You do not have to touch PvP if you do not want to. You can still progress through the game, and I think the same goes for PvP players. You don't have to experience PvE to get your rocks off, so I think it's a win-win. Also, something I found out, because I haven't been involved in any of the testing, happily, when you die in PvP, when you are slotted in PvP, you will no longer lose everything, all of your gear and all of your money. Who thought that was a good idea? Wow, that is just adding insult to injury, the griefing. Could you imagine it? PvP would just be an ocean of people in their underpants, teabagging one another. Anyway, I will be astonishingly jumping into New World and hopefully the next round of testing, teabagging aside, so look for New World content on the channel as I am able. I'm going to dive into the lore, it looks fascinating. I'm going to dive into the gear and some fashion mods, of course, because, you know, that's what I do. Moving on to some PlayStation news, which is odd because I'm a PC gamer, but you'll see. Horizon Zero Dawn is coming to PC. Woo! See? Got there quickly, which marks a significant shift for Sony. Exclusive titles going forward might be a bit, well, less exclusive than advertised. Now for me, this is great. I have an ongoing hate relationship with handheld controllers. Anything that allows me to play with a mouse and keyboard gets my vote. But, I'm not sure how dedicated PC players will feel about all this. Salt could be real. But I think the real question is, do you think that Horizon Zero Dawn is a one-off port or just the beginning of a new trend in Sony's efforts to milk the PC market cash cow? Significantly smaller than the console business, but still a ripe fruit for the plucking. Let me know what you think in the comments below. On to a tiny bit of news about Temtem. There is a new trailer out for Temtem setting out some of the more interesting aspects of the new Pet Collection MMO, which will be going into early access on the 21st, so 24 hours I will be in the neon land of cuteness, where I can battle, collect and breed pets, beautiful designed pets, brawling puppies to my heart content. Now, this is actually an early access version of the game. It's not a gimmick, it's not a head start, it is properly early access. There will be work going on. Bear that in mind. It could be a deal breaker for some people wanting to try it out. It is not a gimmick though. It is not a gimmick. This is genuinely early access. I'm jumping in tomorrow. Fingers crossed that the black screens and other issues with the last stress test, they did the trick and the devs have it on their head. They are actually, by all accounts, knocking it out of the park with Temtem, so I hope to report back soon and let you know how it goes. Now my final bit of gaming news, my best for last I think, is likely not news at all to many of you out there. I'm gonna say fashionably late to most things. That's what I'm calling it, and Skywind is actually no different. Kinda sad I missed the start of this. This is an epic, fan-driven recreation of Morrowind in the Skyrim engine, and it is an astonishing undertaking and showcases all the things that I love about the gaming community. Now Skywind's latest trailer is a call to arms to all the talented, created, dedicated fans out there. They need our help to get this project over the finish line, from artists and modders and coders and testers and even voice acting knobs like me. So if you are an Elder Scrolls fan and are looking for a wonderful project to get you through the winter months, please head over to the Skyrim Discord and websites. There are links below to those sites where you can find out how you can help. Even if all you can do is share and promote this wonderful project. Honestly, it helps more than you know, and fingers crossed, I do well in my audition and get to lend my voice to a character in this dark and beautiful realm. On to show news, and there are only a few stories which caught my attention in La La Land this week. It's been a tsunami of award show nonsense, which I have zero interest in. Now, not just throw shade, it's wonderful for all these people who work in this industry and on the shows to get some love, but it's very much an insider and often circle jerk, and I would, rather watch paint dry. So anyway, on to things I actually do care about, and actually I am rather salty about too. Oh, the salt is real in this episode because Studio Ghibli is coming to Netflix, so everyone rejoice, right? Hooray! But only if you live stateside. Well, shit. God damn it, it's time to fire up my VPN because 19 of the studio's most loved creations will be gracing the small screen between February and April. I mean, My Neighbor Totoro, Ocean Waves, Tales from Earthsea, Kiki's Delivery Service, and Spirited Away, to mention but a few. Oh, and of course, no news about an EU launch. On to Star Wars, My New Hope, because Taika Waititi of Ragnarok Glory is rumoured to be in talks with Disney over a possible Star Wars collaboration. And I'm going to say, after the mixed reception of The Last Jedi, I will never forgive them for that milk scene. And the rise of Skywalker, the first act was just insanity. Heart-weary fans like myself might well welcome the New Zealander's quirky style of humour as a breath of fresh air for the franchise. I mean, he has some form in Star Wars already. After all, he did direct the finale of the much-loved Mandalorian, which was excellent. But this talented chap has his hands full at the moment with a live-action adaptation of the legendary anime Akira, scheduled for release in May 2021, as well as most likely directing the next of the Thor films, Love and Thunder, which is scheduled for release in November 2021. So any Star Wars project would likely not see the light of day until, 2023? But honestly, at this point, with the movies at least, I think it would be well worth the wait. Oh, Star Wars, you broke my heart. So, that's my Naughty Clicker news for Monday the 20th of January. Links below for a deeper dive into all the stories I've covered here today. And do pay attention to the last story about Taika and Star Wars. There's a lot more in that article and it's well worth your time. Now, let me know in the comments what stories caught your attention in the week that was. And whilst you're down there, please do like this video if indeed you did like it. Share it if the spirit moves you. Subscribe and ring that bell if you think I've earned it. You don't want to miss any naughty clicks on the channel. And please do show some love to Cody, Kildare, Cub, Molini, Jolly Joe Star, Dark Reaver, and all my wondrous, fantabulous Patreons, without whom there would be no Naughty Clicker anything. If you would like to join my merry band of nerdiness, there are links below. Now I hope you'll come back to the channel very soon. This Wednesday, my latest Final Fantasy lore video goes live. I hope you enjoy it. But until we meet again, as always, thank you so much for watching.